About this week's warm forecast and some changes headed our way, but it was a warm Christmas day, wasn't it, for us?
It was the third Christmas we have ever had here in Houston. We're talking t-shirts, flip-flops. A high temperature actually hit 81 degrees. You can see here today, not a lot different. A lot of t-shirts out at the Houston Zoo. Actual air temperature right now sitting in the mid to upper 70s. Currently 78 in Pearland, 74 down on the island. So nobody at 80 degrees yet, but you can see winds are coming in from the south-southwest, sustained about 10 to 15 miles per hour. That westerly component really helps us heat up efficiently. Today is the first day of Kwanzaa, and if you're heading out this afternoon, temperatures climbing into the 80s by 2 o'clock, 80 degrees. At the heat of the day, 82 degrees here in Houston under partly cloudy skies. Now, we do have some pretty big changes coming, but today through Sunday, no big changes at all. In fact, every morning waking up in the mid 60s with dense fog, every afternoon back into the 80s. Once we get to Sunday, this is when our cold front moves through. That's going to bring showers through the overnight hours into Monday morning, but that's going to bring a big temperature drop. Lisa, we're talking 30s for low. I've got more on our cold forecast coming up.
Okay, we'll check back, Caroline. Thank you.
Ice Slide has been so busy.
It's popular, isn't it?
Last night on Christmas, there was a huge long line, but today the line is pretty manageable.
Okay.
I know this gone by, but they've been having such a great time at that Ice Slide inside Iceland. It's single-digit temperature, a whole lot different than what we've been seeing on the outside, where high temperatures have been topping out in the 80s. There we go. Just had to get one person sliding down before we can move on from that shot. Otherwise, it is a mostly cloudy day today. We've got sunshine and cloud cover. Actual air temperature sitting in the mid 70s right now, 77 here in Houston, 74 down on the island. As we head into the afternoon, forecast highs expected to reach, like last night, we're not going to see temperatures fall very efficiently. In fact, by 10 o'clock tonight, still 70 degrees. You are going to notice patchy, dense fog across southeast Texas. In fact, that's going to be increasing as we head overnight into Saturday. You'll notice by midnight tonight, the Brazos Valley and the Piney Woods seeing visibility down to about 1/10 of a mile. By tomorrow morning, most of southeast Texas will be dealing with some of that patchy fog. All of that mixing out by 10 a.m. And then it's going to be another day similar to what we have been seeing So the question is, when does this finally end? And our answer is Sunday night. We finally are tracking a cold front that's going to be pushing through the Houston area. Now, that does mean we are going to see rain chances starting late on Sunday. You'll notice 10 o'clock, our far northwest areas seeing some light rain showers. I'm not expecting anything strong, but an isolated thunderstorm not out of the question. This shows it moving into the Houston area around 11 p.m. off the coast by 2 a.m., which means perhaps roads could be a bit wet on Monday. I would plan for a bit of extra time, but the bigger impact here is going to be the big cool down. Behind that cold front, we've got temperatures dropping. They're going to be cold here in Houston. We're putting 34 degrees, which means elsewhere in southeast Texas, a few spots likely will.
A check of this forecast as we look into next week and some changes heading our way.
I mean, thank goodness we have changes, because every single day it has been nearly the same. We start off in the mid 60s, we warm into the 80s. That's why yesterday 81 was the third warmest Christmas. It was now the 5th time we've ever been in the 80s here in Houston on Christmas Day. Today basically feels the exact same as yesterday. We started off foggy in the 60s. We're quickly warming through the 70s. Right now, 78 here in Houston, 75 out in Liberty. We've got winds coming in from the southwest, and that westerly component is why I'm very confident we'll be making it back into the lower 80s this afternoon. Now, once again this evening, fog, upper 60s, you guessed it, and no big changes as we go Saturday and Sunday. So the big changes, those are coming on Sunday night. On Sunday evening, a cold front is going to be moving through. That's after 11 p.m., bringing rain chances and a huge cool down. Lisa, I've got more on our cool down coming up.
Something people are looking forward to, I think, Caroline. Thank you.
Me too. Love hearing things like that, especially around the holidays.
Exactly.
It's so wonderful. Warms your heart.
It really does.
Tell you what also warms your heart.
I was just going to say.
Stepping outside. Days away from the ball drop. Actual air temperature right Right now in Houston, sitting at 78 degrees, 77 for our friends out in Katy. And as we head into the afternoon, everybody likely making it into the lower 80s. Now, just like every other day this week, as we head into this evening, temperature is not going to be able to drop very quickly. In fact, lows upper 60s and lower 70s. You'll also notice that dense patchy fog, especially from 11 p.m. through 8 a.m. Let me show you what that looks like, because visibility by midnight tonight reducing to about 1/10 of a mile for most of southeast Texas. That's going to stick around through the early morning hours on Saturday, but by 9 a.m. visibility greatly improves, which means if you've got flexibility and you've got a long drive tomorrow, I would recommend just waiting a little bit if you don't like to drive in foggy conditions. Otherwise, tomorrow and Sunday just been stuck on this same summer-like pattern, and that's going to stay with us through at least Sunday. Now, Sunday is when we finally start to see changes. You'll notice an increase in winds as we go through the day on Sunday, ahead of a cold front that's going to be pushing through. That'll bring rain chances working from the northwest to the southeast through the evening on Sunday. So as early as 9 p.m., areas to the north and west of Houston will start to see rain chances. That line of showers, maybe a little bit of lightning, but not expecting anything severe. Moving through Houston by 11 p.m., off the coast by 2 a.m., and then the cool air funnels in on Monday. Now, a few lingering showers are possible, so maybe plan on a bit of extra time for driving on Monday, as roads could be on the wet side. But let's talk about the payoff. Every day we're 82. Well, next week, Monday, Tuesday, we're in the 50s. Our lows are in the 30s. Tuesday and Wednesday, waking up in the mid-30s. So if you did not get to wear your holiday sweater and you want to, I say go for it. It's still 2025.
Justin Stapleton wore his T-Rex sweater on Christmas Eve, and he was feeling it up under these lights.
Yeah, he was probably sweating. That's
probably
gross.
sweating, so you have some extra days.
Exactly.
Want to get that in. Okay.
No one's going to judge you if you wear a holiday sweater just a little bit late.
Oh, thank you, Caroline. Still to come.